Make a Difference Ventures is a transitional technology company that is decentralizing energy for our world, founded by world-class energy experts to solve the greatest root problem facing humanity today, energy. Our mission is to decentralize the global energy grid and bring clean, affordable energy to everyone through funding by the people instead of the Wall Street fat cats. Invest today and join the movement at mad.energy. Okay, hello everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to the first Wednesday edition of the Mad Evolution Information live stream, right? This is the first time we've been in on a Wednesday for this.
This voice sounds so familiar.
Yeah.
I don't
know where that guy came
such
from.
an amazing
voice. Such a low, deep timbre, right? Hit those consonants, people.
Welcome back to the Mad Evolution Studio. It's always so much fun in the studio. I feel like this is our favorite part of what we do here at Make It Difference.
You and I definitely enjoy this aspect of it because we get to, obviously hang out with each other, but we get to talk about all of these incredible topics and all of the exciting things we're doing here and relate to some of our, chat members and fans. So this is obviously a great time.
Speaking of our chat, we're fending for ourselves today. So we're going to be chatting with y'all and responding to the chat box. So, here we go. All good things.
Hope everyone had a nice, safe Halloween last week. And I know Fawn and I had a great time. We had some good costumes. We even won a costume contest here in town.
Woohoo!
And Fawn was asked if her hair was her actual, or her wig was her actual hair several times. So that's a pretty good goal.
Do they know what we were?
I don't think we've revealed that. Maybe you should guess in the chat what our costumes were.
And
give us a guess and we'll reveal it the next time we're on the show. We'll tell you guys.
Donnie was in full-blown character.
Well, if you're going to win a costume contest, you got to commit, right?
That's so good.
Acting's all about motive and, committing to the character. So I was all in.
So today we're actually going to have story time with Fawn and Don. And we're going to kind of review a section of our presentation that we usually bring future investors through on our Thursday live streams. We have our whole presentation, and it gives the whole rundown of the company, our projects, what things look like for you as an investor. And we kind of want to break it up for you on Wednesdays and just kind of bring you through pieces of it. And
it's nice to focus on small sections of it, one little show at a time, so that we can really dive a little bit deeper and not just kind of not that we scan over it during the live stream, but here we can actually have a little bit more dialogue. And this way in the chat, if people have questions about it or if they have thoughts on it, they can share it with us.
Here on one specific topic. And this way you're not drinking from the fire hose, right? You're not taking in all this information. It's so hard to absorb.
Such an image, right? We need technology for that. Fire hose fountain.
So bear with me, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen.
Long live Hex. Hello. Good morning to you as well.
Bite-sized pieces. I like it. Us too. Okay, here we go. And you guys should still be able to see us as well. So let's go share screen. And I'm going to pull up our presentation here. Now we can't see you guys in the chat box. So if you're talking away, we will get back to you once we're done with our little slideshow here. But
for sure. This reveals what we're going to talk about today, by the way. Yes. I think this dapper fellow on the screen right now gave it away, right?
I mean, what a portrait.
Very debonair.
Should we get paintings like this of us?
I don't know if we could try. I mean,
I don't know if we would do it justice.
To pull it off, honestly.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, this is Nikola Tesla. And Nikola Tesla, he is a brilliant inventor of the late 1800s, early 1900s. I just love this GIF because there's so much going on and I get so distracted every time. But it kind of gives you a brief of who he is, his time frame, and his technologies. He was actually the one who conceived the idea of electric alternating current, which what's really cool about this is how we light up our world today.
Yeah, it's being used right now. Sure.
And you'll see on the right side of the screen what he called the Wardenclyffe Tower, also more commonly known as the Tesla Tower. And what's even more exciting is that this is going to be one of the main inventions that we kind of talk about today, along with his story.
Cartoons and animation just make everything more fun, don't they?
I think so.
Well, where it kind of all began with Tesla was in 1901 when he entered into a financial relationship with a man named J.P. Morgan, right? And I feel like maybe every time we mention him, that should be our cue for us and the chat to boo. So he entered into a financial relationship in 1901 with J.P. Morgan. Boo.
Enter villain.
Enter the villain of the story, the Mr. Potter, if you will, right? We love It's a Wonderful Life. But obviously Tesla was, embarking on all of these incredible technologies and a journey where he required so much funding to be able to do these experiments to, hopefully get these technologies to the masses. And money is something that Morgan had a substantial amount of,
Right.
since he was essentially an American banker who helped create the Federal Reserve Bank, private bank, and also corporate finance on Wall Street, right? So he was essentially a huge part in that, in how we all been enslaved by it since 1913, essentially. But
Right.
he did have funds that Tesla was hoping to be able to, pair partner with him with.
But we can keep with the booze. We can keep booing. So what happened with Tesla and JP Morgan is they went into partnership, where JP Morgan then had 51% controlling interest of not just Nikola Tesla's Wardenclyffe Tower, but all of his inventions and patents. So
essentially everything he was working on.
Yeah, I mean, really it was. And that had to have been a very interesting, I'd be curious to see how Tesla was feeling in that moment, because I can imagine him being really excited that he finally has the funding to do all these, but to then sign over 51% controlling interest
of essentially
everything
his life's
you
work.
do. Yeah, I don't know. So I'd be curious.
Wide range of emotions, right?
But a really exciting part of the story is that in 1903, Nikola Tesla was able to officially test his Wardenclyffe Tower. And this is the wireless energy transmission. And this is a huge thing and something that we have included in our portfolio and something that we're really trying to work towards.
Yeah, this wonderful part of the story was short-lived, however, because this is where Morgan comes back in and says, well, wait a minute, I can't monitor or regulate this kind of technology. It's not good for my business model or for the banks that I'm involved in. So I'm going to cut funding for Tesla right now so I don't have to deal with this. So he essentially cuts all of Tesla's funding and squashes with a hammer, to quote Yzma, all of Tesla's ability to essentially come up with new developments and all of his future endeavors that he was hoping to take on. So I mean, again, let's remember that Morgan was essentially a huge part in creating the Federal Reserve. He was a founding member of it, and they don't give a damn about any of us, right? They're a private business. This is not they're a private business. Their purpose was to make money, and they don't care about the people.
They just see dollar signs in their eyes, and they know that they recognize that couldn't be metered, and that didn't look very good on their pocketbooks. So.
I mean, we could have been living in a semi-utopian world for a long time now, where there wouldn't be any poverty, no sickness. We'd have clean food and water and oceans, and there'd be abundance for everybody. But no, JP Morgan and his fellow Wall Street fat cats came in and curb stomped that dream into oblivion. But this is the good news. Until now, Fawn.
It's pretty crazy to think about all of these inventors and these projects that have just been suppressed for centuries. I mean, Tesla is just one of them, right? There was the Gutenberg printing press.
There's several more out there.
There's a whole list of them. And to think that for centuries now we could have all this technology that, like Donnie said, could really uplift the developing nations, and they could have all for centuries, or for at least a century,
providing some incredible
have clean drinking water. The way that people are living right now is unacceptable, and there's no reason for it. So here at Make a Difference, we truly believe that now is the time. The time is ripe to change all of that. And a lot of it is because, we have decentralized finance now, we have cryptocurrency, we have peer-to-peer computing, and all of these are bringing about this era of freedom. And it's a beautiful segue into knowing that the timing is right and the world is ready for this kind of decentralized lifestyle.
The options are becoming more and more available to people, right? They're not so reliant on just the few powerful. We have the ability to ourselves be powerful as well if we can only organize and make it happen, right? But I mean, this is really exciting because, as Fawn said, it's really the first time since 1903, when all of this funding was cut, that we're on the precipice of being able to plant these amazing Tesla towers in virtually every country all over the globe and watch them kind of connect to each other to provide this technology to not just people in first world countries, but so many people in developing countries too, that have no idea what it's like to have, hot meals and incredible wireless energy and access to healthcare and clean drinking water and food
Yeah, this is a
and
game changer for
it's
sure.
incredible for first world countries, but for developing countries as well. So, I mean, to us, that sounds absolutely incredible. Let us know in the chat what you guys think about that. Wouldn't it be amazing to have a kind of a world where you're having that? Imagine that kind of a thing. It's immensely incredible and inspiring.
I mean, on that, for people in first world, you're kind of wondering, well, how would this help me and how would this improve my lifestyle? Think about standing in the middle of the Gobi Desert, or say in the middle of London, a big city, right? Or in the middle of, I don't know, North Dakota, anywhere. Just pick a place on the map, on the globe, and you could be receiving the same cell phone service, internet service. It would, no matter where you are, it would be.
It sounds bizarre to think about. Yeah,
it's so cool. What was the commercials you were talking about? It's can you hear me now? We're those would be, a thing of the past, and we would just be laughing about it. Like, look how ridiculous that was.
Sure.
But anyway, so that kind of wraps up this section of Nikola Tesla and a little brief of his history and what happened to him with his inventions, and then the Wardenclyffe Tower, what we're really trying to focus on from his story.
I was reading a little bit more into this story with Tesla, and I think it was in 1917 he actually scrapped his tower and sold a bunch of it off so that he could just pay off of his debts, because once Morgan pulled finance from him, he was so in debt at that point that he was just trying to get out of it for so long. So the tower's not there anymore. But the exciting thing is there are more towers being made right now as we speak. And where's the first one at? Is it
in Texas?
Texas, that's right. Yeah.
So what do we got? Long live Hex. I just love your interactions here. Focus more on one. Yep. Awesome. Boo. Thank you for booing with us. Oh man. Anyways, it was so great to have everybody with us, and we hope that you either learned something, and if you didn't learn anything because you're already a Nikola Tesla lover and you know his whole life story, let us know in the chat. What more do you know? What more about his journey do you love? What's one of your favorite things? And what's one of the favorite things that you learned about today with story time with Fawn and John?
Story time, beautiful. Fantastic. Well, we definitely hope to see you again on the Mad Evolution Show. We're planning on doing Wednesdays going forward for the temporary, for at least a temporary time. We don't know if we'll go back to Friday. I guess we'll see how we're feeling. We are in November now, though, Fawn. So
happy November, everybody.
Yeah, we're really getting close to the finishing up 2021 here, but 2022 is going to be an incredible year. So
agreed. Yeah. But thanks again for joining us, everybody. If you wanted to find out more information about Make a Difference, go to our website at mad.energy. If you're wondering how to invest, we have a lot of great information on the website. You'll see the green paper, and if you pull that up, that is so much information.
Really,
you can join us on our Thursday live streams where we bring you through the whole presentation. And to sign up, register for that, it's discovermad.com. Check that out. And
don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Our handle is @MadTheFuture. And our live streams on Thursday are at 1 p.m. Eastern time, 10 p.m. Pacific. And again, our shows on here will be at 10 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays going forward.
Yeah,
okay?
Keep it consistent.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.